Hello, it is Sunday, November 27th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. And in fact, where I am at this moment, it is not Sunday, November 27th, 2022. It is Saturday, November 26th, 2022, because I am recording this late at night, Saturday night, because the Sunday and Monday puzzles uniquely release a few hours early, which means it's possible here on UK time, if I want to be up late, to solve the puzzle the night before it releases. So I don't usually do that, but I just happened to notice that the puzzle had been released, and I thought I'll give myself of tomorrow morning a small gift by completing the crossword in advance and therefore making it not the first thing I need to do in the morning. So we'll see how my late night brain manages with this large Sunday grid. Hopefully it's not too brutally difficult or time consuming. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. What am I worried about? In any case, this late night edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Victoria Rojishka, Kathleen Quinn, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the indomitable Shellmaster. So thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in sustaining this series. And if you'd like to join their ranks as a benefactor and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, that can be found at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And by following that very same link, you can become a patron of any level and get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, such as the latest acrostic solve that went up yesterday, and the day before that, the latest mini puzzle speed solve, and the day before that, the latest Boss Words Fall Themeless League competition puzzles. So if you are a patron, you are awash in videos at the moment. I hope you're enjoying them. And what else? Do subscribe to the channel, and you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server in a link in the description field as well. All right, let's get on to the puzzle. It is, of course, a Sunday crossword. It's entitled Going Off on a Tangent, so maybe something to do with circles and the lines that graze them, or maybe tangent in the metaphorical sense. I don't know. In any case, it's been constructed by Adam Wagner, who's constructed, I think, around a dozen puzzles, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving. Oh, and look at this. We have some diagonally arrayed cells. Maybe those will spell, I bet those will spell a phrase, or they'll be a collection of related words, but I bet they'll spell a phrase. Anyway, we'll get there eventually. Gambling spot, question mark. A pip on a die? The question mark makes me think spot is a pun, because gambling is not really a word that can be punned on itself directly, whereas a spot can be the little dot on a die. Subscription platform for online content creators. Well, starting with a P with this number of letters, I'm going to say it's Patreon, which I use, as you know, because I promote it at the beginning of every single video. That is my intention. I tried, or don't see it, where the ilium and ischium are, the pelvis. I know the ilium. I'm not sure I'm familiar with the ischium. I'll have to look that up. Okay, an ocean could be tons, an ocean of something, an amount. That's the spirit. So these exclamation point clues mean it's something you would say about the answer rather than defining the answer. So it could refer to some sort of ghost or an alcoholic spirit, a distilled drink. What would it be? I'm not sure. Rocky road topping, question mark, a gravel. So gravel could top a road that is literally rocky. The gravel itself, I suppose, could be the rocks. And so the question mark means we're not referring to Rocky Road, the ice cream variety, but rather to a literal road. Shake a little. Not sure. What about this? Musician Brian. Yes, certainly one of the official male musicians of the New York Times crossword is Brian Eno. So there we go. And that is my intention. I mean to do that. That is my intention. Right. Oh, a genie is the spirit. There we go. So closer to ghost than alcohol. I suppose. Worker with wax, a worker bee. And you're gonna love this, I promise. It'll be something. Maybe this is an L? Oh, no, this isn't I mean to. Oh, what did I do? What have I done here? Maybe this is lots rather than tons. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't really connect the dots that I myself ostensibly connected. That was strange. Bit of chicanery is a game, maybe? And to shake a little is to giggle or gaggle? Right, this was the thing that I thought was strange. You're going to love this, I promise. I am not seeing what's going on. It feels as though I'm doing something wrong. But these crosses seem pretty good. Let's keep solving and see what happens to this 20 across. Inhabitant of Ireland or Scotland, a Gael, a Gaelic person. And a chap is a gent, maybe? Gentleman. Holiday helper could be one of Santa's elves. Sign that you can't go back now. No entry? Seems strange if it's you can't go back. I'm not sure. Aloe water, healthful drink, right? There we go. So we have the official medicinal plant of the New York Times crossword. So we have Eno, aloe. What's next? Oreo, Ono, emo. These are all possibilities. Okay, it'll be fine. No, you're going to love this, I promise. It'll be fab. I still don't understand what's going on with this L. Maybe this isn't game. Bit of a jape, maybe. No, that doesn't work either. What? I don't understand what's going on there. Oh, the elf was okay. Philosophical pillar, a tenet of faith, for instance. So it'll be fun. And sign that you can't go back now. No undos? Don't like that. Length for a pregnancy would be the term. And highway network that famously has sections without a speed limit. Germany's Autobahn. Oh, no U-turn. So what on earth is going on here? I thought this would clear things up, but it hasn't. We'll come back to it later, just in case there's something thematic going on. I wouldn't have thought so, because I would have assumed the theme was going on in the diagonals, but maybe there's something I'm not seeing. Oof, what a day. I'm beat. That's how I feel right now. You can probably hear it in my voice, to be honest. I think it's fairly hoarse. Longtime co-host of the annual Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Not sure. I'm trying to think if there's a television personality who would just fit in here. I'm not sure. Flat-topped French hat. A beret? Maybe the ET goes in here, although that N is just a single letter, so maybe it's not that. Is it a kepi? That's another hat. I bet it's that. And actually, that's more flat-top than a beret, because a beret sort of has a sort of a bulged top. Okay. Auto loan figures, APRs, annualized percentage rates. And deep inhalation to get high. Deep inhalation. I don't know. Will this be something really obvious when I see it? But I'm not sure right now. Ordered delivery, perhaps. 8 in, as opposed to 8 out. Urban area, typically with the tallest buildings, the inner core, the inner city, the I don't know. Let's see. Can I get anything from the crosses? Hive mind of Star Trek TNG with the. And Addis Ababa, the city. And then Ann Arbor, Michigan. There we go. Maybe I just don't know this. To deep inhalation. Totally uncool. Not something. Oh, Borg. That's a Star Trek thing. Okay. Is that how you spell that? I would imagine so. Looks weird for some reason, but I think that is probably how it's spelled. Totally uncool, not okay. National Dog Show Organization, the American Kennel Club, maybe? AKC? What is this? Urban Center. Urban Center, maybe. No, Inner Center. Isn't that? That's not it. The Inner Center, that's redundant. What is this? Surely it's inner. The crosses fit on this part. Run DMC's UB. Is it UB Illin? I'm not actually sure if that's right. I can't recall. But I think that's right. And it would work with the inner city bit. But it's not. It's just too many letters. There are too many spaces. I don't get it. LeBron James became one in 2018. I don't know. Money-making venture. A gig, as in a job. Oh, a bong hit. Oh, right. Okay. I thought this was going to be a single word, but it's not. It's two words. So there we go. Public court proceeding. Oh, Roker? Does Al Roker host this? I guess he must. He's a weather forecaster or whatever. I don't know. Do they forecast the weather or do they just read it? I guess they do sort of forecast it because they're saying what's going to happen over the coming day or week. So I think that's what he is. Okay, public court proceeding. And they're not sciences, arts and sciences. Over-emoter, a ham, someone who hams it up on stage, emotes largely. Device dusted off to watch old home movies, maybe a VCR, a video cassette recorder. And good Texas Hold'em hand, ace high, I would think. So what is this? Oh, open heart, public court proceeding. Why is that? Why is that what that is? Is that a term for a public court proceeding? I mean, I think of open heart as being surgery, but yeah, that must have some other meaning. Biden and Harris notably in brief. Well, both vice presidents, former and current vice presidents of the United States. Luxuriate in. I'm sure this will be obvious when I see it. Muffin makeup, maybe. Oat bran? Oat bran muffin. That's a kind of muffin. Luxuriate in. Bask in. Ace king. Oh, ace king, not ace high. Right. I suppose ace high wouldn't be particularly amazing. It's better than, I don't know, 7 high or something. Luxuriate in, bask in, and then trade informally. Barter or biz, as in what trade, what is your trade, what is your profession, your business. Strength of character, grit, perhaps. Tool for cutting wood along the grain, a rip saw, some kind of saw. Blank Life, 1981 Rick James single. I'm not sure. Cracker Jack. Whiz Bang? As in that was great? That was a real Cracker Jack? That was Whiz Bang? I think that's probably correct. But let's look at the crosses. Spot for a band. Waistband? Proudly embody informally. Proudly embody. Proudly is interesting because if it were embody informally, I might think ape, to ape somebody, but that's not really particular, nothing proud or otherwise about that, intrinsically anyway. Them's fightin' words. It's war. Free of flaws as a reputation. A stainless reputation? Yeah. It's funny, because you could have a sterling reputation as well, and those are they're sort of referring to the same thing. Stainless silver, I guess, sterling silver. They both sort of have silver-related linguistic, metaphorical connotations. Oh, Ghetto Life, 1981 Rick James single. Hamlet's cousin. Oh, a town. I was trying to think. I don't remember a character in a Hamlet whose name is 4 letters and starts with T or W. I was thinking, what on earth is this going to be? But no, it means a hamlet as in a burg, a small town. So Hamlet's cousin would be a town. A sleepy hamlet. Okay, so Proudly what is that? Oh, maybe a wristband rather than a waistband. Oh, right, that's funny. Wow, that's interesting. They're so I mean, they're both, I think, entirely plausible answers, and they differ only by a single letter in an unusual place for them to differ. Okay, so to proudly embody is to rep, maybe to represent, so ripsaw. And then what you're on when you're making progress. You're on the right track or something. It's not long enough. Highways, airlines, music genre prefix. Oh, I would have said neo, but maybe not. Music genre prefix. I'm not sure. Group with lodges. The Elks, they're sort of one of those sort of like the Rotary Club or something like that. Music genre prefix. What is this? I am not sure. Scandalized, aghast. You're utterly scandalized, utterly aghast. So what? No. Alt, as an alternative, alt rock, for instance. So that's not airline. Air lanes, maybe. There we go. Air lanes. So pathways for a airliner to follow, I suppose. Like some memes are dank memes. Okay. Yeah. Very. I was going to say current, but is it even, or is this even a few years out of date now? The idea of dank memes. Okay, pallid. You have a pallid complexion and ashen complexion. That's what I was trying to say poorly. Chattering plastic teeth for one. A wind-up toy. I think those are wind-up traditionally. Contents of a household box. You could have a fuse box in your home. And they go around at museums. Floats or something, maybe? Oh, no, museums. Sorry, I was telling you, it's too late to be doing this. I read museums. I said museums aloud. What did I think in my brain? Circuses. Don't ask me why. Anyway, what goes around at museums? I don't know. It didn't even help. Changing it from circuses to museums didn't help me. Goes from one thing to another. Metamorphoses, drops down, like Roma tomatoes. Ovate? Roma tomatoes are sort of plum tomatoes, so they kind of have an ovate sort of form. I don't know if that's what we're looking for here. In no way, well, actually, in no way hidden would be overt, doing it explicitly, overtly, not in a hidden manner. Drops down, probably ends with an S. Yes, an urban grid abbreviation would be streets, as in streets and avenues. Deep shot in hoops, a tray, a three-pointer in basketball. And they go around at museums. Oh, frames go around paintings. For some reason in my mind, I was thinking of a sort of like the British Museum, a museum that has mainly artifacts in it as opposed to paintings. I don't know why. Art museums would be probably even more common. Certain juicing need, a lemon something, but let's look at this quickly first. Drops down, molts. Oh, that's very clever. Wow, that's a good clue. Drops down, as in sheds down like a duck's, feathers. That's very good. Okay, certain juicing need, a lemon press or a lemon squeeze or something. Mama's boy, a son, I suppose. Tennis champ Naomi Osaka has been in the puzzle a few times in the last couple of weeks, I think. At least once. Weird is... That's weird. That's odd. That's... what is it? Cousin of turquoise. Aqua? Sort of a almost pastel kind of blue. Weird could be outre, maybe, from the French. And big name in outdoor gear, REI, which is... an American cooperative outdoors sort of equipment and clothing retailer. Okay, problem for a pitcher. Some kind of arm, I would imagine. Oh, lemon square, certain juicing need. Does that mean to make lemon squares, the sort of baked good, you need juice? Is that what that's getting at? I'm not quite sure I see what that means. I think that's probably what it means. Problem for a pitcher. A dead arm, maybe? Is that something? Something that may be sold by the yard. I'm not sure if that's right. And it has only 1/6 of the mass of Earth's moon Pluto, which is why it's not a planet, not designated as one anymore. It's too small. Just doesn't qualify, I suppose. It's so strange, but I suppose fair enough. Something that may be sold by the yard. Now, what is that? Ale? A yard of ale. That's a sort of classic measurement for ale, I guess. And problem for a pitcher. Okay, it's not dead arm. It's a what arm? No, I don't see it. Purchase option for a dedicated fan. I don't know, season tickets or something like that. What? A Patreon subscription. I'm not sure. 100% is all or something like that. Ideal engine sound. A purr? Engine purring is usually said positively. 100% pure. Oh, that's kind of a nice cross. Purr and pure, coming from the same P. To allow for more high-density housing and mixed-use development in urban planning lingo. That would be to up-zone, I believe, to sort of rezone an area to allow for higher density, as indicated here. Which is definitely needed in many areas to increase housing stock. And what about this? Company shake-up for short. A reorganization? Pasta whose name means barley in Italian, orzo. Oh, that's right. Okay, it does sort of look like little grains of barley. And problem for a pitcher. Right, what is it? Why can't I see it? Sore arm. Sore arm, how about that? So a major concern for a meteorologist, a super weather event of some kind, a super rain, a super wind? Neither of those sounds like anything. Superstorm is what I would have guessed, but it's too long, obviously, for the clue, for the answer. Let's keep looking. Purchase option for dedicated fan. Oh, pre-order. You could pre-order something before it comes out because you're such a dedicated fan. Goobers are dorks, maybe? Is that what this is? The Nature Conservancy and World Wildlife Fund, e.g., in brief. Those are NGOs, non-governmental organizations. And residential construction project is what? Just realized we haven't looked at the theme at all. Now, what is Easer? What on earth? Ing. I do not understand what's going on, and I have no idea what's going on here. Sorry about this. If this was all screamingly obvious up here, I suspect it is. This really looks like it'll be fun. What am I doing wrong up here? Maybe that was never Pip. That is my intention. I plan to. Sorry, I'm sorry. I plan to solve the rest of this puzzle more intelligently than I managed this corner up here. A bit of chicanery. It was a jape after all. And to shake a little is to jiggle. That's completely straightforward as well. Oh, I'm glad I glanced up at it anyway. Blank but a scratch, oft-quoted Monty Python line. Tis but a scratch from the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the Black Knight character. And set one's sights is to aim up or something? Early stop at a casino, maybe, is an ATM, an automated teller machine to withdraw some cash. If you're slack-jawed, you're agape. And university seniors hurdle would be what? What would you be taking in your senior year at university? The GRE? For graduate school? I think that sort of sounds plausible. What about this? Set one's sight. Oh, aimed. Oh, right, because set is being used in the past tense here rather than the present, which is a pretty common bit of misdirection in crossword cluing. Funding could be... I'm not sure. What you're on when you're making progress. This looks like right track something. Right... What is the... Oh, aid, funding. You provide aid, you provide funding. I see. So, right, and then pro who gets many return customers. Not sure. Star NFL wide receiver Allen. I don't have a clue. Many a bad Yelp review. Blank Cannon, creator of the Pitch Perfect film series. I have no idea about that either. I haven't seen any of this. Fish sticks are. Don't know that either. This is not this is not a great area of the grid for me. Compliment to a French chef. I, I don't know. Délicieux, délicieux, or bon. I don't know. What would a compliment to a French chef be? Encore. I don't know. Automotive successor of the Bel Air. I don't know this either. This is all terrible. Product sold on a rack informally. A tie? But no, that's not informal. That's just an ordinary word. What is an informal name of a product sold on a rack? I don't know. Welcome center handouts. Brochures? It's too long. Handouts ends with an S. What about this? Grabs. Snags. Fish sticks. That could also end with an S, so this could be snags. Does that give me anything? Product sold on a rack. I just don't know. DeFranco of folk. Annie DeFranco is a singer. So what about this? Part of ETA. Oh, right. Arrival from estimated time of arrival. Well, that would have been straightforward had I seen it earlier. Where can I go next? Sewer in American history. Oh, this will be a name. It sort of looks familiar, but I can't think what it is. Rapper Most Def. There we go. That's something. Dual personalities are, and this is dual spelled like a duel, a sort of one-on-one fight, as opposed to dual meaning two, as in sort of mirrored personalities. Does that help? It doesn't seem to. Let's keep going. The Bruins on scoreboards. Oh, are the Bruins? Well, I was going to say UCLA, the University of California at Los Angeles, but that's too long, so this must be referring to a different team. Oh, here's a theme. With 86 down, very upset, like the answers to 5 of this puzzle's clues. Oh, interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure which clues this is getting at. Oh, and we'll have to... Grand mounts. Steeds? Mounts in the sense of horses you're riding. Has a meal as eats. Brother of Logan Roy on Succession. Oh, I absolutely love Succession. But I cannot remember of the name of Logan Roy's brother, who's played by James Cromwell? I don't remember that character's name. It's a great performance, but I can't remember. Jones of CNN, I have no idea. Figures first issued in 1936. Social Security numbers, I would think. That would be a New Deal era program. Part of the eye that focuses light onto the retina, the iris. What is this character's name? I don't know. Is this the iris? That focuses light, but a lens focuses light. I mean, that's literally what a lens does. That is the function of a lens. So that must be what it does in the eye. Why did I think that was iris? I guess just because I saw the S. And then I actually thought about it for 2 seconds. Maybe think about them before you put them into the crossword. That's my advice to myself. Brother of Logan Roy. Does that help me? What? Jones of CNN. I just have no idea. They have their ups and downs. This area I thought this was going to come together, but I don't know that it is. Hate, loathe. And Pentagon initials. Department of Defense is occupies the Pentagon, the 5-sided building, U.S. government building. Like dumbbells. Dense, maybe? If you're using dumbbell to be a pejorative term for a person as opposed to the weightlifting dumbbell. Coffin carrier is a hearse, a vehicle that bears a coffin. Oh, no, maybe not, though. Has a meal. Oh, maybe sups, as in has supper. That would allow for hearse. And summer on the Riviera would be été, which is, summer in French. I think it's probably what this wants. So, okay, so let's take a look at this again now that we have some letters. With 86 down, very upset, like the answers to 5 of those puzzles clues. So what does Bent out of shape. There we go. That's very upset. Bent out of shape. So, oh, right. I see what's going on with this puzzle. How do I figure out what it is? I assume these diagonals are being bent off of a word, and when we combine them, it'll be a shape. So how is that? Kepping? That doesn't look like anything. I thought that was going to work. Open hearing? Oh, well, this isn't working at all. I really thought that's going to be what it was. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that didn't work. How disappointing. I thought that's what it was going to be. I got very excited for a moment. Well, let's finish it off and then we'll see. Residential construction project is something road. I don't know. Something road. What would that be? They have their ups and downs. Oh, seesaws? They literally go up and down. Well, this doesn't look like anything now. Quan? Well, it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. Is this not dorks? The DO fits. What? NGOs pre-order. Those seem right. Goobers. They're dodos. That doesn't seem like a synonym at all to me. Oh, paved road. Paved road. Residential construction project. So, oh, dopes. Oh, it is too late. Oh, Ewan Roy. That is the character played by James Cromwell. And Jones of VNN. Van Jones. I think I've heard that name, but I think that must be right. Okay. So, startled scream, eek, and symbol of sturdiness is an elk or an oak tree, of course. Major concern for a meteorologist. Super something. Dual personalities. Okay, I'm back to the area where I can't get anything right. What is going on though with this theme? I can't believe this didn't just come into focus immediately. I'm shocked, honestly. What does it say? Bent out of shape, like the answers to 5 of this puzzle's clues. I don't understand. Oh, that is so frustrating. Pro response. Oh, the response from somebody who is for something, who's pro that thing. So yay is in yay and nay, voting on a motion in a legislature, for instance. Blank someone's yum, criticized a person's taste slangily. Yucked someone's yum is the phrase. Don't yuck someone's yum. My yuck is saying that phrase aloud, I have to say. Discovery astronaut Ochoa. Oh, right. I mean, I know of this person, but I can't think of the name offhand. With it, this inner circle, urban area typically with the largest, tallest building. Inner circle. I'm not familiar with that phrase in that context. I have to be honest. Yeah, I would call that the urban core, but I mean, it obviously was never going to be urban because that's in the clue. But yeah, this must. I mean, I assume it's a perfectly valid sort of phrase for this, and it's just not one I happen to know. LeBron James became one in 2018. I mean, it's not surprising that I don't know this, but I'm not getting anything from these letters. Yeah, sorry. Service recipient. A diner or someone being served. Anti-alternative. And many a bad Yelp review. We're back to this area where I started just getting absolutely nothing going in the grid. Oh, have I looked at all the downs? This is really slowed to a crawl. Discovery astronaut Ochoa. Rocks Jethro Tull, that's a band. So, wait a second. Wait a second. I am an idiot. Okay. It is inner city. Look at that. Inner city. And then circle. It's bent out of shape. The circle is the shape, and the answer, the actual answer to the clue, is bent out of it. So open hearing is a public court proceeding. That's why I didn't understand what was going on with the public court thing being open heart. No wonder I thought that was strange. So heart is a shape. I suppose, yeah, sure, a heart is a shape. In addition to being the anatomical, the organ of the human body, it's also a shape that bears no resemblance to that organ. Right, okay. So this will be a right triangle, I bet. And that's right, it is. Oh, you're on the right track when you're bringing all of these clues that seem totally baffling. Not the ones that I just couldn't get anywhere with, but the ones that just seemed strange. It's all because they were related. I'm sorry. I'm sure most of you were miles ahead of me here. I'm very sorry about that, but I finally understand. So yeah, and lemon square. There was another one where I remember thinking this doesn't make any sense. It's a lemon squeezer. And the square is the shape. This is very clever. It was too clever for me, clearly. So major concern for meteorologists. It is a superstorm. That's what I said I wanted it to be. So superstar. Star, the same, kind of in the similar vein as heart. Kind of stars and hearts are sort of shapes often used in a similar context. That's really good. I was completely flummoxed. Well done to Adam Wagner. He absolutely swindled me with this one. Oh, speaking of which, a con artist is someone who swindles someone. That was strange. So a con artist is a grifter. And dual personalities are foes. They are enemies. There we go. Boy, I'm so relieved I finally understand what's going on there. Star NFL wide receiver Alan Keenan, maybe? I mean, that's a name, so that could be it. Let's check the crosses, though, to make sure. Welcome center handouts. Area maps. There we go. Local area maps showing you what's nearby. Compliment to a French chef. I'm still not sure about that. Blank cannon. Kim? I don't know. Just a name that starts with K in 3 letters. Underwire undergarments. Could be bras, underwire bras. Cat cannon, maybe? It's another name that fits. Anti-alternative. Bread? Blend? Breed? I don't know. Many a bad Yelp review is rare? That doesn't make any sense. That's not the answer. Okay. Let's get back into this. Bad makeup artist, a smearer maybe? Someone who smears on the makeup rather than applies it artfully. Oh, compliment to a French chef. C'est super. It's super, it's great. Is there any way that's right? I mean, it would be valid, but it doesn't seem like a phrase that's common enough to go into a crossword like this. First family from Illinois. Oh, the Obamas. Oops. Okay, I don't think it's that. But Obamas, I think, is right. Sewer in American. Rosa? Rose, exercise in a swimming pool. To do laps is to exercise in a swimming pool. Rosser, that sounds familiar. Who is that? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Product sold on a rack informally. A map or a mat or a magazine rack, a mag. Grab. So this probably is snags after all. And then, automotive successor of the Bel Air, the Chevrolet Impala. Okay. I didn't know that heritage, but fair enough. I recognized the model at least when I saw it. C'est si bon. It's so good. Right. That's much better than c'est super. Okay, so c'est si bon. So good. I was once in Paris and I saw this tiny little boy on the metro with his mother, and she gave him a little chocolate, and he said c'est si bon in this little minuscule child's voice. Okay. Fish sticks. I don't know. What is that? Sorry, what is this? Why can't I see what it is? It has a question mark, so I should keep that in mind. Just glancing at the keyboard to see if I'm forgetting any useful letters here. Pods? Like a pod of whales? I don't know why that would mean anything. Cods, as in fish cod? I don't see this at all. Well, that's very annoying. Amtrak booking, a train trip. Amtrak is a railway, service. What I can't speak. Fish sticks, rods. Why is that the case? Oh, as in a rod and reel, a fishing line. Right. Okay. A stick for fishing. Okay. Many a bad Yelp review. Oh. Okay, I've done something wrong. Oh, why did I put inner here? Didn't I say you be illin? How did that happen? I remember saying illin aloud. I surely said that. Well, like I said, it's too late for this. LeBron James became one with Laker. Wow, what a disastrous misentry that was. It really threw me off all over the place. So many bad Yelp reviews, a rant. That would have been easy as well if I had that correctly entered. Oh, an anti-alternative, a blind. So this is a gambling. This is related to gambling. Aha. Boy, that inner, that is so strange. It must have been this inner circle thing. I must have just weirdly transposed the inner down there. That is so strange. Okay, service recipient is what? And what is this one? Bit of roofing in Spanish-style architecture. A flat tile or a slat tile? Why can't I see what these are? Oh, Ellen Ochoa. Yes, okay. Yes, I remember now that I see almost all of the name. And with it is alert, which is what I'm not at the moment. Oh, a client receives service. That makes perfect sense. Okay. And bit of roofing in Spanish-style architecture is a clatile? Surely not clay tile, maybe? K cannon. Okay, sure, that's another name. Fair enough. Is that it? That is it. In 1 second over 40 minutes. Not my best time ever. I was certainly not firing on all cylinders here. And I definitely wasn't when it came to comprehending the theme. Boy, that took me some time. Really great when I finally saw it, though. We had the open hearing, which is bent out of a heart. We had the inner city bent out of a circle. The what was it? The right track bent out of a triangle. The superstorm bent out of a star, and the lemon squeezer bent out of a square. And of course, the thing that's so nice about all of these clues is that the answers all resolve to real phrases. We haven't spelled nonsense as a result, and that was, of course, what misdirected me for so long. So the inner circle, open heart, right triangle, superstar, and lemon square are, of course, all completely valid phrases. So very expertly constructed, I think, by Adam Wagner, and it really threw me for a loop. So going off on a tangent, I think that was a very nice theme, very well done, bent out of shape. It certainly did that to me, bent me out of shape. Not that I needed to be further bent out of shape, apparently, from my existing state. So there we have it. That was the Sunday puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. I am going to read a few clues from yesterday's puzzle because I know I've been skipping it often recently. So I will take a minute to do that now. Let's see, what do we have from yesterday? We have Michelle Johnson, who pointed out so the author's name, Coelho, is pronounced Coelho. He's Brazilian, so it's a Portuguese name. And Josh 5Now, or Josh Snow possibly, had the same observation. And pointed out that it's a Portuguese name and word meaning rabbit. So thank you for that bit of context as well. And then Kathleen Quinn and Jay Grew pointed out, well, they each gave me a different bit of context around the parable of the sower as clues. So Kathleen Quinn points out it is the parable of the sower as recorded in 3 of the 4 Gospels, so recorded in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And then Jay Grew pointed out that it is also the name of a novel by Octavia Butler. So I didn't remember either of those things. I have read some Octavia Butler, but not in many, many years, and not that book. So didn't recognize that, but thank you to both of you for pointing out the sources of that clue. And that's that for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, despite my stumbling solve, I would say. My late night stumbling solve. But we got through it in the end. And I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with the much simpler Monday puzzle. And that one I suspect I'll be doing in the morning when maybe I'm a bit fresher. So we'll just have to see. But it'll be an easier puzzle either way. So shouldn't present as much of a problem. Anyway, thank you for joining me. And I will be back. So until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.